Hey everybody, it's Gunplameli. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an awesome review video for you guys. Obviously you read the title so you know what it's gonna be. The mega size unicorn. I must say it's definitely not my favorite mega size. I definitely prefer the Zaku and then the RX-782 and then the unicorn. I would place the unicorn at the bottom of my list in terms of which mega size I prefer. I have yet to build the H. I can't find that one for sale. It's I don't think Bandai is printing a lot of H kits at the moment, so I can't give my opinion on that one, but I have built the other, other two. But before I get started to today's video, I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of my channel, newtypehq.com. I'm going to have the link down in the description below. When you click on that, you're going to automatically save 10% off your total order. Now, let me get started into the goods of the video. Oh, before... My little sister got me this shirt as a gift. It is actually from Uniqlo. Okay. So I know the front looked kind of like really plain, like anyone can put this on a shirt, but check out the back. And aside from the arm sleeve, little emblem, it's not embroidered. I wish it was embroidered, but whatever. The back are tons of Zakus. I freaking love that. How cool is that? Now, to my knowledge, this shirt is not glow in the dark, but can you imagine if this was glow in the dark with all like the Zakus back there? Such a cool shirt. So thank you to my little sister who got me. She actually got me a few Gundam shirts as a gift. She spoils me. I'm still waiting on that 1/12 scale Zaku, so. Okay, now I'm starting to ramble. Let me get started into the review of the actual kit. So first off, you get 4 different sets of hands. You get 2 pistol holding hands or gun holding hands, whatever you want to call them, and 2 close fisted hands. And that's it. Kind of sucks they didn't include more, but next up you get 2 chopsticks. I mean, beam sabers. I know, I'm terrible at jokes. I should stop. But they kind of really look like chopsticks to me because they're so long. But yeah. You get 2 of these guys. These 2 can pop off and they go placed on his backpack. Next up is his shield, which is just absolutely massive in size. I mean, this thing is the size of about my forearm, I want to say. Now, these things do not slide into place like you get on the real grade and the master grade. They'll come under here. This does not move, so don't make that mistake and break them. And lastly, here is the weapon. Very plain looking, just one flat color, but you do get some form of panel lining in here. You could always add your own. I do plan on painting this guy with different colors of metal to make it look more realistic. And what is nice about this is that you actually get water slide decals, not stickers, water slides. So that's a splurge. Thank you, Bandai. I appreciate that. All right, holy cow, this guy is huge. I mean, I have a background and I can't really get him to fit in my background because he's so gargantuan. This is literally the biggest kit I have. Oh, correction, no. Not including the really expensive 112 and 124. Those aren't standard sizes, so I'm going to exclude that. Aside from those 2, this is literally the biggest model kit I have. He is the biggest mega size. He's just huge. That does come with some drawbacks, which I will get into later. Now, let me get him a little bit of the light. So in terms of surface detail, it's not bad. He has a pretty good amount of panel lines to break up all of that white that he has going on. As you can see, there's absolutely no different colors of white. He's just one flat white or gloss white, that plastic color that normally comes out. I actually top coated this kit and I'll get into why I did that later. But in terms of, like I said, panel lines, he's got quite a few. If you don't panel line him, it's just gonna look not good at all. I use a gray color because I don't like how black looks on white. I just think it makes too much of a contrast. So I did use gray. And basically, like I said, panel lined the crap out of him. Everything has been panel lined. Now, before I continue to ramble on as I usually do, let me get into the articulation of the kit. The head can do a complete 360, move up, down, do a whole bunch of movement. In terms of the shoulders, you can move them up like this. And he holds his weight pretty well, as you can see. Even if I jiggle it a little bit, his arm will stay pretty well. So that's as high as it will go. This has a little bit of movement up and down like this, but not super much. Now, in terms of the elbow, the The oboe is able to bend at a 90 degree. This is as far up as it will go. Not a lot of articulation. And backwards, same amount, as weird as that looks. 90 degrees on each end. Now the hands are just, you know, on a regular ball joint, so you get pretty good amount of articulation there. Now in terms of the torso, there is zero articulation there. No ab crunch, sad face, because that's one of my favorite points of articulation. There's nothing in there at all. He's not moving. In terms of the waist down here, you do get some movement at their skirt armor. They are individual, so that's pretty nice. I would have cut them even if they weren't, because I kind of hate when the skirt armor is joined, like on some older high grades. This one up here has movement as well, up and down and side to side. In terms of the butt flaps, no movement there. Now that he's facing backwards, for the backpack here, these thrusters right here are funnels, no movement as well. For the thigh here, or the knee joint, he is able to bend probably a little less than 90 degrees, I would say. But he is able to withstand the weight. It's not dropping, so that's nice. Not that it really matters, really. This is gonna be not a model you're gonna really be posing. He's just gonna stand. Here, there's no movement, of course. It's just one long piece right there. The movement down here is very minimal. It's just at the ankle. So that's as far in as he'll go, and that's as far out as he'll go. Forward and backward, nothing down here, which is kind of sad. But again, you know, most of these kits don't have articulation in the toe. It's really kind of a real grade and near master grade kind of thing. But I feel like if he would have articulation here, he would just fall forward. And that is basically it in terms of articulation of this ginormous Godzilla. All right, now let's do a couple size comparisons. There he is next to the perfect grade, not real grade, perfect grade unicorn, just dwarf in comparison. Next to a mega size RX-78 still huge, I mean massive. Here he is next to a real grade unicorn, and just for fun, there he is next to a master grade RX-78. So now let me get into talking about what I did to him. So this right here is painted. I just hand brushed gold on his little unicorn, on his V-pen, because it looked terrible out the box. And in terms of the actual exterior plastic, I actually top coated with a flat or a matte top coat, because holy cow, when I put this guy together, he just gave me like super kid toy vibes. Like it just, something was off about it to me. Maybe it's because of the size or the fact that he's so plain looking with so much white and no different variations of color to break up all that white. It just looked terrible. And I was like, I need to do something to kind of, you know, spruce this guy up a little bit. So I top coated. I wish I would have taken a video of how he looked without top coat, but I didn't. Sorry guys. But the change from just a top coat, it did fantastic. He looks so much nicer with the top coat. I don't know if the camera can pick up, you know, how well he looks with a top coat, but it basically removed all of that glossy, ugly sheen that, you know, that kids come with out of the box, and he looks so much more presentable now. I really like him a lot more. This is going to be the pose that I'm going to be keeping him in, with his gun and shield, just like this, because honestly, you can't really do much with in terms of posability with this guy. He's not going to be in a dynamic pose. He's just going to basically be like this. Now, in terms of gimmicks, this guy really doesn't have a lot, but I would like to address a point I said earlier. You actually get 4 of these beam sabers, because you can store 2 more in here, aside from the 2 up there on his backpack. So they're going to be in here just like this, and then they slide up. And the whole point is to be able to attach his beam saber like this. Oh, he's doing a split on me. And you can get him to poke out his chopstick just like this. And aside from the beam saber option, you do get another option. Your other option is to attach his gun to the arm, and I'll show you how. He doesn't do the split on me again. So you see this hole right here. You're going to take this and slide it in just like that. And with that, he is able to hold onto his gun just like this. Aside from putting this on his arm, you can also pop down this little piece just like that, and it slides into the hole right here, and bam, now it's on the backpack. And here's the big boy on my shelf, and next to this other mega size. Makes everything look super tiny in comparison. This guy is just huge. I really don't know where to put him, so he's going right there. If you guys have a better idea on where I can stick him, because he will not fit in these cubes, let me know, because I don't know where to put him. He's staying right there for now. Or I can put him down here with these guys, but I don't think so. I don't like it. Okay, so I actually jotted some points down because I have quite a few negatives, and I want to make sure I let you guys know what I think. Price point. I actually don't think it's not an unfair. He's kind of right in between being expensive slash not expensive. I know he retails for probably 120, 115 plus or minus in that range. Honestly, if I had to pick between the mega size and the perfect grade unicorn, which I know the perfect grade is a little bit more expensive, but if you're between the two, I would go with the perfect grade. In terms of just everything's better. Obviously, it's really hard to compare a mega size and a perfect grade size, but if you're between the two and the perfect grade is in your budget, I highly recommend just going for the perfect grade, because I really didn't like this mega size unicorn that much. Just he's bland, can't pose, just, you know, he's all right. One thing that I wish Bandai would produce for this kit is option for LEDs. I'm not that like savvy with electrical to make my own LEDs. I know that is an option for those more experienced builders. You can put your own LEDs in this guy. He's very hollow, so that's a doable thing. But for novices, that can be quite a challenging trying to install LEDs on this guy. But it would be nice if Bandai could just sell like a kit, you know, like just like how they do Exia and Unicorn perfect grade. So you're able to buy the LEDs. It would be nice if you could do the same thing with this guy, because I think this guy will look so much better with some LEDs in it. Another gripe with me is the options for the hands. You get no open hands, which are kind of my favorite, because, you know, this or the gun hand, I don't know, it just posing wise, I prefer the kind of like relaxed hand look. The beam saber looks really weird, because the beam saber option is just the gun holding hand, so it just looks really, doesn't look good at all, just looks just dumb. So kind of ruins posing him with a beam saber out the door. And lastly, again, if you plan on just snap building him, not painting him, he doesn't look very good at all. To me, like I said earlier in the video, it just resembled kind of like a large kid's toy action figure. Didn't really look like a model kit. So luckily I was able to kind of help that appearance with panel lining him and applying a top coat. Obviously, I think it would look a little bit better if I took my time and applied the water slide decals, but I'm lazy and I really hate applying stickers. I'm not a fan of doing decals. That's just, I don't know, I just find it really tedious, and I prefer the buildings part of the model. I don't really enjoy applying decals. I don't know, it's just me. Maybe there's other people that feel the same way. But I just, yeah, I've never been a fan of applying decals. I have put them on a few kits, very few, but in general, I don't like to apply decals to them. And I think that's it. So all in all, do I recommend the kit? If you really are a fan of Unicorn, go for it. But if you're talking about like which mega size, I like the RX-82 or the Zaku much better than I like the Unicorn. But if you want to go for a kit that stands out because he's so freaking humongous like Godzilla, then get the Unicorn. So I mean, you do you, whatever makes you happy. And I think that's it for the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you like this one, or do you like the other mega sizes better? Because I kind of I'm curious to know, you know, which is the most popular mega size. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around for the next video. Adios. And a big thank you to all the people over at Patreon that continue to support me and my content. A special thank you to Courtney Jacobs, AEB, and Mad Villain. Thank you guys.